Readers of Reddit. r/AskReddit. My great-granddaughter made this account. I'm 96 years old. Ask me anything. I was born in 1923, turning 97 tomorrow. We share a birthday. My birthday is tomorrow too. I am turning 28. Happy birthday, friend. What's your favorite birthday gift you remember receiving throughout your lifetime? My favorite gift was my first color television in the 60s. Do you have any relationship advice? Oh, and by the way, happy birthday. Don't be afraid to initiate. If rejected, it's not so bad after all in the grand scheme of things. Life is a learning process full of trial and error. Do you have any culture shock or future shock over the changes in the world since you were a kid? Yes, I don't understand why young people love to stare at their phones so much. Cause it's an instant access into knowledge, entertainment and a way to communicate with friends and loved ones instantly. Honestly, best answer to that question. I'm gonna start using that because I usually don't have an answer when people ask, and that's a good one. How are you doing? I'm very bored and tired, but I'm okay. You need some video games. Knock on wood, he doesn't have arthritis. What is a story passed down from your great-grandparents? The colonists apparently infected the existing Native Americans with smallpox, which I find absolutely atrocious. What was your view of the music in the 60s, and what is your view on current music? I love how rock evolved in the 1960s, especially Elvis Presley. I find current music has been stripped of lyrics with any profound meaning. What is your generation called? I am Generation X. I believe the greatest generation, but we didn't call ourselves this back then. How did you experience World War II? Lots of gunfire, violence, screams, fear, then moments of peace, rest and hope for the future. Damn, 96 and going strong. You lived in this earth for more than 9 decades, and experience is indeed a best teacher from your life experience. What would be important lessons as a person one should concentrate on? Live life now to avoid embarrassment later. I'm going out on a limb and say that sometimes saying F it and living your life now usually leads to embarrassment later, especially after the 8th tequila shot. As the world has changed a lot in 96 years, what are you most proud to have seen happen in your life? X. Berlin Wall come down, civil rights movement, World War II, widespread technology, etc. Also, what are you most embarrassed to have seen during your life? X. Nazi Germany, pollution, LA riots, etc. I'm glad to see the world has become much more global with less tension along racial lines. Of course, it still exists, but it's contrary to the 50s where racial segregation was well pronounced and even set in laws, especially in the USA. To be honest, the current pandemic is one of the most embarrassing situations I've witnessed. It's affecting us all, and the entire world wasn't prepared for it. I don't know, I feel I'm witnessing end times, but the same could be said for people during the 1918 flu pandemic. What are the key factors to life that you now realize more people should cherish? Live a life full of memories and do good unto others so people will always remember you as a ray of sunshine. I like this response. Thank you. What is the biggest change you have seen in your life, and what modern thing do you think the world could do without? The most dramatic change I have seen in my life is how we communicate. It's amazing how we can video call loved ones across the globe, whereas I had to wait patiently for a handwritten letter to arrive from someone halfway across the world. I think the world could do without unnecessary pharmaceuticals which do more harm than good just for the sake of profits. Best life advice you've ever received, given? A memory you always look upon fondly? Most pivotal point in your life so far? Yes, always tell someone you love them before it's too late. My first solo road trip. My first house purchase. What technological development seemed most interesting to you when it first came out? The laser. They had no idea it would be used to remove tattoos in the future. What about how lasers can be used to cut metal with light or sterilize medical equipment? I feel like that's cool for sure, but I totally understand his perspective on the laser plus tattoo removal. Like there's been different means to cut metal and sterilize things, but the idea of using a laser to remove something that was once permanent in the greatest sense, aside from removing your own skin, limb, is pretty mind-blowing. You may be almost 97, but what age do you feel? Plus, happy birthday! I actually feel like someone in their 60s, which is still old, and thank you. How different were your 70s from your 80s to your 90s? And should all of us younger people be exercising more? In my 70s to 80s there was a noticeable difference in my physical and mental capabilities. I tire easily. I just want to sit down all day and not think about anything stressful. From my 80s to 90s I think my aging process plateaued. I feel the same. I don't feel any better or worse. Yes, absolutely. Younger people should exercise more, but also I think the food we ate back then was much healthier than the processed food we have now. My great-granddaughter told me that you awarded me gold. Thank you very much for this, even though I'm not sure what it does. Happy birthday! What does golden trumpet mean? What was your first car, and what did it cost? What was your first paying job, and what did you earn? Golden trumpet is in reference to Revelation in the Bible. My first car was a 1950s Chevrolet. I worked in agriculture and earned around $1,000 per annum. What's a typical day in your life like? I don't do much, mostly eat, take naps, watch TV, read, very gentle exercise. I do this now? Did you serve in any armed forces, and if so, what's your advice? Yes, we had to register, Selective Training and Service Act of 1940. If you want to join the army, remove all fear, knowing you are helping to serve your country. As a relatively young British person, I thank you for what you and your generation did. I assume you were American Army or Navy. You helped my grandparents fight off the Nazis and prevent what would surely have been the end of my nation and many others. I wish you peace for all time. Well, considering the Air Force didn't exist, I'd say you hit the nail on the head. It's my niece's birthday today and she turned 2. That's quite an age gap right there. Her name is Margaret. Names have a way of coming back in fashion, like so many things. I have noticed the 1980s aesthetic is gaining popularity again. Everything dusty rose and bronze. Weird times. I wish you the happiest of birthdays tomorrow. My paternal grandfather was born in 1918 and was sharp as a tack until he passed away just a few years ago. You are making me miss him like crazy. I honestly believe he did have some years left still, so don't fall or go and get pneumonia or something stupid, so we can be back here in 3 years to celebrate your Centennial 100. By the way, not everyone here on Reddit are assholes. You can check people's post histories. It's as easy as that. What's your secret? Lots of beer, in moderation, helps clean out the system. I rate that red wine's good for your heart as well. The Reddit Vigilante would like to thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more great content every day.